What's up, everyone? Welcome back to First Impressions, where I give you my first impressions on recently released theatrical films. We just got out of seeing Avengers Endgame, and oh my god. We're going to keep this review as brief can be, spoiler-free as possible. Let's waste no time. Let's get right into this. So what can I say about Avengers Endgame without giving nothing away? This movie is grand-scale epic. The Russo brothers, they are the Mr. Marvel. They are the Misters, if that's even a word. They're the kingpin of Marvel. Since The Winter Soldier, these two guys have been on a mega hot streak. It's been one excellent movie after another. And these are movies that are like between the 10 and 9 ranges. And these guys are like ridiculous.
They deliver every time.
Oh. Endgame had just that right emotional punch. This movie it has a lot of comedic moments. It has a lot of somber moments.
Yep.
And it has an ending that if you are a true fan of the MCU, if you don't feel some type of emotional way for how this movie ends, then you were never really a fan of the MCU to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
The acting in this movie is superb. Robert Downey Jr. is incredible, as always.
He
He's
puts
fantastic.
on a stellar performance in this.
Fantastic. Chris Evans, fantastic. All the returning cast, they all do an A+ job. I can't say anything bad about these guys. They all put in ace performances. Josh Brolin as Thanos, he's more badass in this movie than he was in the last movie. And when you get to the final battle, you'll know what I'm talking about. Josh Brolin, one of my favorite actors working today before he even got into the Marvel Universe. But he is Thanos. He is Thanos, and he is excellent as Thanos.
Totally.
The fight scenes in this movie are grand scale. They're epic. I like what they did with the whole time travel-esque story they had going on. Very reminiscent of Back to the Future, which is fine with me because I fucking love Back to the Future. I'm not gonna spoil what happens in these certain scenes, but a lot of cool things, a lot of cool moments happen. You know, Stark has a really cool interaction with a certain character. We see a certain character do something with a certain stone after a certain Battle of New York. I'm dropping all these hints, see if you guys can piece it all together. He happens to be the brother of a certain character as well. I like all the interactions are fantastic. I like how this whole movie comes together. I really, really like what they did with Hawkeye's character, making him like this dark vigilante Punisher-esque character.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. Special effects in this movie. The movie is well shot, well put together. Special effects look great. This movie has that grand scale epicness. I like how this movie had a time jump where we see the devastation of Thanos' actions, and the world is legitimately in ruins. And I love it. It looks fantastic. I love the whole wasteland look that's presented after the events of Infinity War. Those are my basic overall thoughts without giving too much away. Like I said, this is gonna be as brief can be. I don't want to give too much away because once this movie is settled in and gets a Blu-ray release, I'll put out a more comprehensive review where I'm gonna get more into it. But my overall general impressions, this is the perfect send-off for the Infinity Saga, as what is now this first stage of the Marvel Universe is. The first 11 years. This is the perfect culmination and the perfect send-off for these characters and the passing of the torch to the new generation of characters that are going to take over the franchise for the next couple of years. It's fantastic. I love it. Endgame. This movie gets a fucking 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking enjoyed the hell out of this. Want to give your thoughts real quick?
You pretty much hit all the nails on the head. Acting was stellar. Every cast member gives an amazing performance. Set design was really, really well done. I loved the visuals in this movie. I loved the direction that the Russo brothers went. It was amazing. Right. It was like you said before, it was the perfect culmination, the perfect swan song for a lot of these characters who were in the Marvel Universe.
That's right.
As you said, in this journey. And I couldn't think of a more perfect way to send them off than with this movie.
Exactly.
So I agree with you. I say perfect movie, 10 out of 10. Solid movie. Definitely a must watch. It's definitely worth the hype. I know a lot of these people were hyping this movie, and it's definitely well worth the hype.
All this movie has been building up for the last year, and the payoff was worth the wait.
Totally.
The second this movie started to when this movie ends, it's an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be just disappointed with it. If you're a fan of the MCU, if you love the Marvel movies as much as I do, you are going to love Endgame. I guarantee you. You're going to love the story. You're going to love the character interactions. You're going to love what they do with the characters. You're going to love the emotional beats. Everything with this movie was top notch. The Russo brothers. This is your swan song with the MCU, and what a way to go out. You guys did a superb job.
Definitely.
I cannot wait to see the Stan Lee documentary these guys make.
Yep.
All right. Well, this has been First Impressions. Like I said, this is a very short review, non-spoiler. I want to be as basic as I possibly can because you guys have to see Endgame if you're a fan of the MCU franchise. So yes, 10 out of 10 for both of us.
Definitely.
If you have not seen Endgame, watch it and then let me know what you thought about it down below in the comment section.
It's totally worth it.
Like this video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.